Come with me on my Babymoon to Cancun. At 7.5 months pregnant, the doctor said it was okay to go as long as on the flight I did a lot of walking and I wore compression socks. So no problem, let's pack up our bags and head on out. I bought this book and I highly recommend it if you are pregnant. One of the cool things we were able to do was fly first class using our credit card points. And we also booked our room using our credit card points. So it was super cool to do that. Hello, this is Babymoon day 1. It is so beautiful here in Cancun. I'm so glad we chose this. We just had breakfast and now I'm heading to our little spot on the beach that Isa is already at, sort of holding down the whole fort for us. Our room is a little bit basic, a little standard. We have 2 beds and Isa and I actually did pull a Ricky and Lucy and sleep in separate beds just because we were exhausted from the flight. We got in very late and then by the time we got to the hotel and checked in, got through everything, we were just ready to hit the hay. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go down to the beach now. If you're familiar with Cancun, we are at the very start of the hotel zone. So we're about 8 hotels into the, start of the hotel zone or all the hotels. And so the beach on this side is not very big. Once you get closer to the end of the hotel zone, that's where you have the beaches they're much wider and longer. This was our first morning arriving and the beach just opened up for us. It looks so beautiful. After a while, we went ahead and found some lunch. We were really just bumming it the whole morning on the beach and then we had this delicious lunch. Now we are just kind of walking around the pool area of the hotel. It is a bit of an older hotel. So this is what the pool area looks like and it does get very packed. We didn't really hang out here very much. This is the view of the sunset from our hotel room. And if you're familiar again with Cancun, it very much you'll see the sunset, I guess, in your hotel rooms. It doesn't set on the beach as it does in like Florida or some other states. So this is what I wore that evening. Just a nice strapless dress and some flats. And this little clutch. This is actually from Bath & Body Works, but I do share all of my outfits in another video. I will link it here as well. But after dinner, we just went ahead and lounged around and just kind of heard and felt the waves hitting the beach there. It's just so relaxing, and we were just really just relaxing and wrapping up our day. One thing I did consistently every night is put on this face mask just because I wanted to restore all of the moisture that I lost during the day while I was tanning. Another gorgeous day in paradise. Today I'm calling it my all white day and you'll see my outfit in just a bit. I wore my coral accessories and my flamingo purse. This is the outfit I wore to breakfast. And then I changed into a different outfit, which was shorts and this button-up shirt for sort of my cover up for the beach. This is another beautiful morning on the beach. I just love how the sun kind of is moving up in the mornings on the beach here. It looks so like a dream. I love it so much. So here you can see I'm really just beach bumming it the whole time. And the fella is there kind of right in front of me. He's just playing with the rocks at this point. He got a little bored, so we decided that we were going to go ahead and go to the pool area. So we start walking over there. I did want to just feel like what it would feel like to be submerged in water, and since I didn't get into the ocean, I decided the pool would be the next best bet. And it did not disappoint, and there wasn't a lot of people here at this time, so it worked out fine. So here we are, just enjoying the pool, and I wanted to feel, being pregnant in the pool. It honestly doesn't feel any different. A lot of people say that your belly feels lighter, and it does, but it's not that big of a difference, I guess. But yeah, we hung out here for a while. The hotel had lots of activities by the pool, so they were playing different games and stuff like that, but we didn't play those games. Then we found like some loungers, and we decided to lounge by the pool as well. This is one of the coolest things we saw by the pool. It was actually this hawk. His name was Butch, and his job was to make sure that the pesky like seagulls and like beach birds are not around. Just his mere presence scares them away, and that's what he does. He just kind of flies to the tops of different areas, and the other birds will go away, and hotels book him to get rid of the pesky birds that slide down or swoop down and steal your food. So I thought that was so cool, and we had a lovely chat with his trainer, and that's what he does. So he just goes to different hotels all day long, and he literally just stands at the top of the different places, tops of the cabanas and stuff, and it just stands there, and his presence scares all the other birds away, and I think that is so funny. So they're leaving here and going to another hotel. So sweet. After that, we grabbed some lunch. I grabbed this burger. They had this outdoor grill, and we just ate, and then we headed on back inside. This was around noon because we decided we were going to go into town. We didn't really want to leave the hotel strip, but I really wanted to buy a little book for baby, and this was the closest area. This is an outdoor mall. It's called La Isla, and it's very beautiful, very upscale. So we hoped that we would find something to take home for baby as a souvenir. What I really wanted was a book, but we actually didn't find any, spoiler alert. So yeah, we just enjoyed our time off of the hotel and went into the shopping area. We did stop at Starbucks. There's like a fancy little McDonald's there. We did find Nike, and look at these adorable little shoes. I feel like we should have bought them, but we didn't. And we didn't have that much room in the suitcases to take back a little box because the hubs likes to keep the shoe boxes. But anyway, we found this hallway that has like lots of different lights. It is air conditioned, and they keep it very clean. It just connects you to the other side of the mall. The mall was not very busy, but it was also a weekday, so that might, be the reason why. But it was such a pretty mall. If you want something to do at Cancun, this is a nice little spot. Very, very shaded as well. So after that, we just headed back to the hotel. Since we were at the front of the hotel, I wanted to show you what the front of our hotel looked like. And while I'm at it, I'll show you what our hotel room looks like, which is nice and clean now that the housekeepers made the beds. So honestly, after this, we took a nap. I was so tired from walking around at the mall, and so we took a little siesta. This is around 3 or 4 p.m. When I got up though, I wanted to go walking, so still in my little loungy clothes, we decided to hit the beach, and we just walked along the hotel zone. Here you can see this is the start of the hotel zone, so it's a little bit rockier, and the beach is not that big, if that makes sense. But it was still nice to walk along it, and so that's what we did. Then we headed back, and I want to just show you some of the scenery on the beach. These smelled so good, and I just love the tropical floral, the tropical like islandy vibes. It feels so good. Here's some more. These are, I think, hibiscus flowers. Very beautiful, and just I love that tropical flower. All right, now we're back in the room because I wanted to see the sunset, and then I'm wearing white again. This is my evening outfit, and this is what I decided to wear to dinner. This is a different white dress, and I am wearing little shell heels. They're so cute, with my pineapple clutch as I was before. So at dinner, our hotel ended up having themed nights. The night before, which I didn't get any video of, was Italian night. So the food and the decor was very Italian. And this night was Mexican night, which also very Mexican. It was very cute. After dinner, we decided to try to walk along the beach, but our hotel does kind of have these gates. And so I don't think we were able to walk along the beach, but we did walk just around the hotel, and it looks very beautiful. And then we found that they were having a show in the theater, so we decided to go check it out. And it was like a beautiful folklorico show. If you know me, you know that I love folklorico. I was a folklorico teacher about 6 or 7 years ago to some elementary school students, and it was the best time. We danced, we practiced and learned different folklorico dances, and then we were even in a parade here in Dallas. It was such a magical time, and I'm so glad that our hotel was doing this presentation of the show as well. It just reminded me of that time. After that, it was time to go back to the room and continue reading. Here I'm wearing a different face mask as well, and I really am enjoying this book if you're interested in it as well. So this is a morning of another day, and it's such a beautiful morning. This is after breakfast. We decided to go down and get our spot on the beach. We love beach bumming, at least I know I do, and that was the whole point of this trip for me. So I wanted to get my spot early while everyone was still asleep or having breakfast. This is the beautiful hotel. Right here in front of me is kind of like a cabana that has like a bar in it. And then this is where they do lots of different games and activities. So this area is always pretty packed. So yeah, everyone's just trying to get their spots. You have to walk down the steps, and they do close this at night, like I said before. And then you get your spot out here in the cabanas. Hi there, hopefully you can hear me. I just wanted to do a little check-in. We are the last full day here. Okay, got a little too noisy, but after that, we just beach bummed it. We decided to get cabanas kind of in the middle because they were more covered, and at this point, I was very burned, or tanned, I should say. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. It kind of stays like this, even though it seems like people come and reserve cabanas, they don't really come and sit at them. So there wasn't a lot of people or anything, but this day, I honestly did not move from this spot for hours, and the Hubs didn't mind it because he also took some little beach naps as well. This goes without saying, but please make sure that you are wearing your SPF. Here you could see I am nice and tan, and I decided to get into the water just up until my knees just to feel that ocean one last time, since this was going to be our last day. And it felt so good. I did not get into the water, like I said, because it was a little bit stronger here, and the waves were like really kind of pushing me, and I didn't want to fall in with baby. It is so surreal to look down and see such a belly. Also, when you're pregnant and this pregnant, people treat you so different. It is very nice to feel like everyone puts you first, everyone gets stores for you. It is so sweet. So it's been such a nice experience being pregnant, especially on a honeymoon as well. So here I am just trying to get the hubs in the chute, and then I'll show you a full belly shot in a moment. So this was my belly in Cancun. The dad-to-be felt that the baby was too hot, so he kept pouring water on the beach water on my belly, but the baby was perfectly fine. It was me that was warm, so it did feel good. This is where I fell asleep, and it just was so relaxing. The only thing to wake me up was my hunger, so I decided to go back to the outdoor grill, and this is what it looks like when it's kind of full. I grabbed my burger and fries and gobbled that down. And then here we are, we moved spots, so we decided to come by the pool area, and we found a cabana, which was really nice, and we were here for a couple more hours. I filmed a little what's in my beach bag, which I will link here, but I also just drank my electrolyte water, read my book, lounged, and just really tried to fall asleep here in this cabana because it was a bed and it was so nice. But I ended up going back to the beach because I knew it was going to be our last time at the beach, and I wanted to just hear the water and fall back to sleep over there. Okay, so here we found the outdoor showers so that we could rinse off. This is also where my husband and I are doing a little check-in with each other, seeing how we feel, how the experience has been for us. We always just kind of check in toward the end of our vacations and see how we're doing. Alrighty, now it's time to go back inside. Here I am in my cover up. Time to go back inside and change and get ready for dinner. Here is the sunset one last time, and it actually already had set on us. I'm showing you here, there's some boats coming through. But here is my outfit for this evening, and I like this one. It was a little bit windier than the other days, so I'm glad that it was long sleeve. It does have these little cutouts on the side, and I'm wearing again my pineapple clutch or purse. And then I am wearing just peachy makeup, but it's really hard to tell because it's a little bit darker here. Okay, this was our hotel, and this is the night. Oh, good. This is the Italian night. And then after that, we went to the little bar area just to hang out there. And then we went back outside to hear the oceans at night and just started seeing the cruise ships there. So we just like to do a little check-in one last time, see how we're feeling, and we always do this thing called a rose, bud, thorn, where we ask each other what was the rose, the best part of our trip, the thorn, the worst part, and bud is what is something that we want to start doing from the trip. So here I am journaling, and then I'm wearing my last face mask. I told you I took one of these, or I took like 4 of these to wear one every evening when I was relaxing. So here I am just winding down from the day. This is our last day, and it's actually our travel day. I feel very rested. I've already packed. Here you can see my bags are packed. I'm wearing my flamingo shirt, and I am ready to go. Here is my outfit. I'm just wearing my pregnancy maternity jeans with compression socks, of course, my sneakers, and then my flamingo t-shirt. I highly recommend going on a Babymoon if you are expecting or just getting away to Cancun as much as you can. It is so pleasant, and I had just the best experience. So I will definitely cherish this moment so much and recall on this trip fondly for sure. So now we're heading out. This is the hotel lobby, and to my left here is where the buffet restaurant is at, and that's where we're going to have breakfast one last time. I had some amazing chilaquiles. They were so delicious. After that, we decided to walk to the beach. One thing that I always do anytime I visit a beach destination is I grab a water bottle and I fill it up with the sand from that beach. I have done this so many times for so many beaches for so many years. I still have my very first one that I did for Cancun. That was more than 15 years ago, and so I wanted to make sure to do that again in this vacation. So here I am just walking over to the beach area. Look at that beautiful sunrise on the beach. It's so magical. So we're just gonna grab some sand from here, but first I need to chug this water down. So we start doing that, and then we grab our sand. You can fly with this. You can put it in your luggage and bring it wherever you're going, so don't worry about that. But yeah, this is us going back to the room after we have done that, and it is time to head on home. This whole experience was such a magical one. I'm so glad that we did this. We were almost not going to go because we just wanted to preserve our money, but I'm so glad that we were able to book it with all the points that we had. Until next time, please subscribe and we'll see you soon.